You citing to constitutional attorneys that you've read feels off to me, and I'll tell you why. To say that and to take them as a point of authority necessitates the idea that you believe random constitutional attorneys that you've read, but you don't believe the Supreme Court. So that means even with a 6-3 conservative majority, you're still unwilling to believe the Supreme Court when they rule in a way you don't like. I don't understand. What's up with that?
Well, again, are they ruling on, is one of those rulings on the mass deportation of like 1,000 people?
No, I'm specifically talking about the alien enemies, the deportations that were done, sending people to El Salvador via the Alien Enemies Act.
Sure, I guess I'll concede that. I haven't read enough about that, but I would argue that it's probably used in a constitutional way. Otherwise, Trump would be impeached again.
Okay, can I read something to you real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, this is a excerpt from the majority opinion in the case JGG versus Trump. Quote, "We have held that an individual subject to detention and removal under that statute," referring to the Alien Enemies Act, "is entitled to judicial review as to questions of interpretation and constitutionality of the act, as well as whether he or she is in fact an alien enemy 14 years of age or older. Today's order and per curiam confirmed that the detainees subject to removal orders under the Alien Enemies Act are entitled to notice and an opportunity to challenge their removal. Importantly, as the court stresses, the court's disagreement with the dissenters is not over whether the detainees receive judicial review of all the transfers. All 9 members of the court agree that judicial review is available. So when they say, all 9 of us are in full agreement that if you're targeted under the Alien Enemies Act, like you maintain your due process rights, you can challenge your removal. And then the Trump administration's argument is, no, they can't challenge the removal. We can do this summarily. And then
that's true.
And then so I don't understand how you're in here saying that those deportations were not unconstitutional.
No, that's how it's worked. Like, absolutely. Like, Trump's right in that case. The Supreme Court's wrong. I don't know how else to put it.
So you would say he's in violation of this. He's violating the Supreme Court order right now. Then that's what you'd say.
Well, I mean, even the way the way that read, they're entitled to some judicial review, but that's not even how AEA is written. And AEA was deemed constitutional, first of all. Secondly, it doesn't require some like judicial review for every. The whole point of AEA is to not. Yeah.
I see what you're. You're a hard one. I don't know how to talk to you. The problem is like and I've said it over and over. You have like the worst understanding of the legal system I've maybe ever seen in a conversation like this. What is happening in this conversation is your baseline argument, if we took away all the fluff and boiled it down, is that you believe in your heart of hearts that the Alien Enemies Act, a law that was passed by Congress, can violate the Constitution. That's what you think.
It was an executive order.
No. Okay. Well. Okay. All right. Now I don't know what to do with you anymore. Now
is it not an executive order?
The amount of just confident wrongness is blowing me out. Is just blowing my mind out of the back of my head. No. What is Act? Alien Enemies Act. Act necessitates legislation. It was passed in 1798 by Congress.
Okay, great, sure.